Hey mate, can you be part of my programme?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just sign it. Hey. Here's pen.
Thanks.
Make sure you read all of it.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
Sure?
Yeah.
Mate, you alright? You alright for you? Was you not expecting this?
No.
Mate, you alright? Right,
I'm suing you.
oh, sorry mate, but you can't because informal consent.
Yeah, but you never said anything about high intensity. Oh no, I didn't read it.
Informed consent. Informed consent is the process for getting permission before conducting a healthcare intervention on a person. A healthcare provider may ask a patient to consent to receive therapy before providing it. Or a clinical researcher may ask a research patient before enrolling that a person into a clinical trial. If participants do not give informed consent, then the research project is not able to go ahead. Therefore, if a sport and exercise science project takes place, however, a participant has not given informed consent, then this is illegal. This also means that the participants will be unaware of the aims and objectives of the study, and therefore they may not be appropriate. Without giving informed consent, the research is not able to be carried out by the fact that it's illegal and unethical. For example, as you've seen in the video, it's been shown the tester has given the person a contract to take part in the experiment and has also shown that a person did not read the small print on the contract where it says all injuries that could happen will not lead to sue. And unfortunately, at the end of the video, the participant does actually get injured, and he goes to sue the tester, but unfortunately he couldn't because he signed the contract with informed consent. If the informed consent is violated, the fine could be ranging to 500,000, going down to 5,000, and also the research will be shut down. So that's client's data done. No, I'll be able to have a look into that. Well,
Data protection. The Data Protection Act 1998 is the current UK law governing how personal data of the country's citizen is looked after by organisations. Be it public or private, including charities, any data breaches in the UK are investigated by Public Information Commissioner's Office, the ICO, and the Act also provides guidelines for the type of penalties that can be applied to someone if it is found that they have not been following the contravention of the rules. This is also known as the DPA. It regulates the use and protection of personal data. It supersedes the Data Protection Act 1984 and access to the Personal Files Act 1987. It was amended in 2003 to give an opt-in to receive emails, SMS text messages from organisations if they've never had contact with it before. There are several penalties and processes available to the Information Commission Office when it comes to acting on data protection. If a breach occurs, in addition to the 500,000 fine and scales down, and the ICO can prosecute anyone it believes has committed a criminal offence under the Act. For example of this, it's shown in the video that there was important information on the computer and it was left unattended, and because of that the information got nicked as it was not kept safe enough, so they would be liable to be fined and research to be closed down.
You alright, mate? Can I have a membership to the gym, please?
Yeah, sure. What's your ethnicity? Like parents?
Oh, white. White all the way
Sit
round.
down.
Oh, cheers.
Sit down. So, membership plan. Year, month, 3
Just
months?
a year.
Yep. Coming tomorrow.
Alright. Cheers, mate.
See ya.
Cheers for that.
come in.
Yeah, right? Is this the gym?
Yes, Jim.
Oh, okay.
Before you sit down, quick question. Parents' ethnicity.
Caribbean.
Sorry, we can't join the gym.
You been serious?
White only gym.
Oh,
You're gonna have to get out.
this always happens.
Equality and impartiality. The Equality Act 2010 legally protects people from discrimination in the workplace and in wider society. Factors such as race or gender must not impact the way you work with the participants or your workers. It replaced previous anti-discrimination law with a single act, making the law easier to understand and strengthening protection in some situations. It sets out different ways in which it's unlawful to treat someone. The basic framework of protection against direct and indirect discrimination, harassment, and in some cases victimisation in the services of public functions, work or education, or even transport. Even changing the definition of gender reassignment by removing the requirement for medical supervision. Providing protection for people discriminated against because they are perceived to have or associated with someone who has a protected characteristic. It also gives clearer protection for breastfeeding mothers, as we have stopped discrimination against them. Applying a uniform definition of indirect discrimination to protect all characteristics such as race, gender, or religion. Harmonising provisions allows voluntary position action such as aid workers to help anyone they please. The fine is unlimited in its cost, but it depends on the situation. For instance, if it's a small offence, like calling someone a derogatory name, it can be a low fine, whereas stopping someone from working or doing a sport due to their race or gender, the fine can be much higher. As an example of this was seen in our video, as a white guy comes into our gym and asks for a membership. He gets told to sit down straight away and gets given the membership. However, when a black person comes in, he is not given a membership because of his Caribbean descent. Health and safety is keeping the participant in the research safe at all times. This also occurs in the workplace where conditions must be met to keep workers safe at all times. This is kept under the Act 1974. Workplaces and research centres can be fined an unlimited amount, minimum £5 up to any amount depending on the offence. In the video, it shows a tripping hazard in the sports hall where we are carrying out football, but we have not done a risk assessment and checked the area. We would be liable in this as no waiver was signed and we did not carry out an assessment to check if the playing area was safe.
Oh, you're such a... What have you done?